All right, back in the garage here, and she is pretty much back together. I got the winch pulled up tight here, and just really got to put that piece on. Button it up here and start her up, put it outside for a bit, right here. Everything's connected up and ready to burn. The new handlebar switch, there she goes. Okay. I thought she was just gonna pop right off, didn't you? Got a little carb cleaner here. There we go. Okay. Let's check for spark, I guess. Okay, that could be the problem. Check the stator, number one. Okay, pocket screwdriver for the win. Yep. This is coming from the stator. Let's get this guy on there and check some power first on crank. Get power on crank here. Uh-oh. Not feeling anything. So you probe these two wires coming off the stator. Should have a reading, and it appears to be open circuit. So the windings are open, are broken. That would, I would assume. Even if I have to put a new stator on it, I don't want the battery to be. And search for, yes, that. Honda Fourtrax stator. Whole pile of options from $259 on eBay all the way to, come on, there's gotta be some other ones. You know, I ordered something off Bruce Shark the other day and it was the same thing, just generic and so much cheaper. There, check that one out. $42, that's more like it. There we go. So yeah, that's 42 versus 259. I'll take my chances, unfortunately, as much as I hate buying cheap Chinese junk. Everything is nowadays. I just ordered a part for Colton's car, and it was a clock spring. $235 from Parts Avatar, and $35 from this place, Bruce Shark. And it came in 5 days, and it fit, and I put it in, and kid's driving his car. So we're gonna try that. I think I'll also buy, so let's click that, order that piece. Add that to the cart. Maybe I should get a CDI box. Wonder if they have one of those. Oh, there it is. Honda Fourtrax 300 CDI box. Oh, check it out. CDI Bix box for Honda 300. There it is. That's the one. 6-pin. Looks like the box. $29. How can you go wrong? Canadian, free shipping. Okay, Bruce Shark it is. No affiliation. Add to cart. Okay, I'm gonna get those items, and gonna have to wait for the start up and run around part of this video, but at least there'll be a second kind of video on this. We'll get those parts put in, and hopefully that freshens the entire thing up. I mean, these are worth it. This is a four-wheeler. And it's got a winch on it, and you know, it was running really good until I beat the crap out of it. And yeah, so I'd like to keep it. All right, we're back. What we're going to do is we're going to change the stator. Let's take a look at what we got here. Came in. Whoa, whoa, oh. That ain't good for it. Oh, geez, eh? And then my stool runs into the Mercedes. Okay, one more time here. Let's see what we can do. I'll need something to cut it with. They're well packaged. And that's a little baby stator. It has the right connections. It's only a 2-wire, but they got 3 on these ones. Same as one on the bike. Okay, once we get the bike apart, we'll double check the number of these on here. Here we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 of them. Just got to make sure that's the same amount that you have on the bike. All right, let's get after it. Set you guys up right about here. All right, so first thing first, let's take this gear lever down or off. Got to take that all the way out because it runs into a slot in there. Come on. There we go. Just put that back in there so we don't lose it. And you should have a oil pan down here because it's going to drop some oil when everything starts coming out. I'll give this a little bit of a spray here as well. Especially where it comes over top of this gear lever there. First, take this cover off. Oh, and of course my battery's already dead. Just got this, just wanted to use it. All right, we're back. Ah, look at that, we're on backwards. That's dirty, look how dirty that is. Yikes. As Rain Man Ray would do. Another! Now we got a couple of snap rings apparently. Here and here. Gotta slide those out. Snap ring, pliers. Move them over a bit. A little retainer there. Same on this side. So on this one I can actually see that the opening is right in the back here, so I need a little pokey to turn it around and get the parts that you insert the pliers into, fit them in. Now they're right here. Okay. There we go. Smooth it right there. There we go. Okay, so we got them both there. Out of the way. One of these screws back in here, so you can pry against it to push this out. So you gotta slide this collar back. Oh, there we go. More it up. There we go. On that side, and I just gotta do both sides. Help. We all know what's gonna help here, right? Here's my boy rocking the WD-40 shirt. Way to represent. Alright, let's try the bigger pry bar in the back. Screwdriver in the front here. Or we'll just whack on the big screw pry right there. Oh, there we go. Ooh, there we go. That's that one out. Sorry. So I'm going to take this ground strap off the upper portion here. Otherwise, you just need to take these main ones out. Let's run all these out. Yeah, look at that one. And some corrosion. So we'll clean those up when they go back in. Oh, look at that. So tight. Don't need anything to snap, do we? No. Oh, yeah, I guess we're going to need to get this kick plate off here. Alright, going in there with the 12. There we go. Just get them loose and then we'll grab the power driver since we have it now. Better. That'll give me a chance to fix these. Looks like that one's bent right over. So is this one. Work so that these can get in there. So I'll be able to fix that one. Alright, I think we got them all. We got these ones all on the bottom. It's going around this side, around here, and to here. I think this piece is separate from this piece, so I guess we'll pry on it here and see what we can get. See where there's a pry point would be nice. A few more hidden, I think. Here's one. Yeah, there's one there. There's one. So I'm trying to get that casing apart. Oil is pouring out. Then I go to the other side and I step in the oil. Now the dog's about to step in it. Look at my sock. Yeah, I stepped in over here, and then giant Valdez oil spill over here. Yep, that's real life. Holy moly. Just trying to get most of this off the floor. You find a few places in the garage where there wasn't a giant oil stain. I had to stuff a serviette in my shoe because there's oil in there. Aftermath. Lovely. Just keep working your way around and around and around, and then down here, once you can get that separated there, because this is kind of holding it on, especially if it's never been taken off before, which this one might not have. You gotta keep tapping this back because you want that gear shift lever to stay in the crankcase, which save you a lot of fiddling around trying to get it back in there and lined up. So just as you're working this cover off, just try to keep that in there and seated. At this point in time, might be really good to have some gloves on because it is filthy, that cover. Halfway out. It always goes just the way you want it. Make sure you got these things disconnected too. Let me just grab those off there. There's two green connectors back there somewhere. There they are. And I'll be right back with you. All right, after many minutes of struggling to get those two clips off there, I can try to fish them out. Pull this cover off, finally. Okay. And all the nuts and bolts went flying, but that's okay. Putting is back in the spot where it's supposed to be because it came out a fair amount. But that item right there, that was supposed to stay in place, which I was able to push it directly back. But I don't think so. I don't think that ended up back in the same spot. See, that's actually now further out. That's where it goes. Slides over that. So if it does come out, you slide it back in and that's where it's supposed to go, right onto there. And then this sprocket came off too. This one was laying inside there because it pulled off and came down. So hopefully that's not timed anywhere particular. I don't see any marks on it for timing or anything. So it's probably just moves with the crankcase. There's quite a few things going on here. This is where the stator sits. Got flywheel gear in the back. You got a gear meshing with that one back here. Then you got a standoff for another gear here, which then connects to bottom gear outside here that then connects to a top gear, and that engages with the starter. So anyhow, we are here for this. That's what we're here for, stator, and it should be fairly easy to get off, but let's take it to the bench. Just before we go to the bench, I just figured out why there's so much grease and oil all over this thing. Looks like it's been flinging out of there for years. I cleaned the top off a while back. But yeah, the top, of this gasket is missing. And it looks like it's been missing for a long time because I don't see it anywhere. The rest of it's somewhat intact, so I'm gonna have to order me one of those. We'll get this gasket off here anyways. Oh, she's been on there a while. Oh yeah, there it comes. So it's coming apart. Oh yeah. Can't get her off in 10 pieces. Definitely be happy to have a new one. Scraping gaskets. We're scraping gaskets. Yeah, probably should have used that. I wanted to be cool and use the knife. Not the right tool for the job, kids. That has some gasket glue on it. I can hear the jack slowly leaking down behind me. Hopefully the dog or cat's not sleeping underneath it. No. Sleeping over there like a good dog should. I don't know where the cat is. This piece out of here. It just wants to come out. Couple of nuts and bolts. Oh man. How was that tight inside there? Oh, wow. Maybe it might have had Loctite on it, I guess. Falling out. I don't really see any Loctite. Oh! Everything is super tight in there. Oh! Woo! We're gonna need some heat. Oh, there we go. Who's going to remember that? Okay, so that covers that wire that goes underneath and down onto the stator. And then this one comes over here, a little module. Let's check out the new one. Here's the new part. And looks very similar. Lay it over. Same number of winding posts. It's got 3 bolts on top. Yes. It's got this, so that doesn't. Then it's got this wire goes under there, attaches onto here. And it's got a blue wire, and that goes to this little dealio here. Didn't need to take that off. Just need to unplug it, plug the new one onto it, because I don't want to give you anything more than you have to. Okay, let's swap it out. Plugs. Yep. Bolt that back on there. Slide this out of the case. Waterproofing rubberized membrane. Brain for the membrane. Alright, let's screw this guy back down. wiggle it, you gotta jiggle it, you gotta figure out the right spot for it. Goes like that. Okay, I'm gonna get a little Loctite. Today's flavor, blue. Smells good. A touch, just a touch. Boop. And some Loctite on these guys. I don't think we've ever had any, but better safe than bolts rattling around. Turns fit, doesn't need Loctite. There's a torque setting on here. Click. Click. Thank you. All right. Then we got this little guy here. Oh, there we go. Slid down like a pro now. Okay. Of course. I'll just finish scraping this until the gasket gets here sometime on Thursday. Alright, step over to the cleaning area here. And we'll just get that going. Currently I have some ZEP in there. Automotive Industrial Degreaser. They sent me 25% stronger apparently, so let's see if that is better or as good as solvent. So far I don't really see it dissolving any grease, but maybe we gotta give it a little agitation. Where's my brush? So let's give these all a good scrub and dub-a-doing and see how clean they come. And then I'll do the outside of the case too. I think I'm gonna need a scraper. Like this. Right. And just soften it up. That's very soft. It's very thick. Been on there a long time. Alright, I'll keep at this, show you the end result. She's looking pretty clean. This is just beat up. I could probably polish that if I wanted, but can't go too wild. It's definitely cleaned up. Check those parts out. That's a shaft that goes inside. And of course we got the stators in there. Just need the gasket. We'll be waiting on the gasket. Let's put a little dress up on here. What was that? Dollied that right up, didn't it? Gasket finally came in. Right from Nippon, which means Japan, Moto. Nippon Moto. Although this says say made in the USA. And I'm going to have to put a little bit of RTV on here because there is some on there that I really can't get off. I can barely feel it in some spots with my fingernail, but I can't scrape it off with a razor blade. So it's almost imperceptible, but because there's a bit there that I can't get off, I'm going to have to put this on just to make sure it seals properly. Plus it'll help it stick on while I put it on the other side. Let's see, anything in there? Ooh, anybody in there? I need something pokey. It's like brand new. It's still cured on top here. Best way I found to clean that kind of stuff out is with a drill bit. Still wants to seal though. Look at that. This stuff's amazing. Just the thinnest coat. Not gonna seal. Jeez. Who knows? Who knows? Over to the bike. Something holding it up pretty tight there. So once you get this cover off here, then you can lift the starter up a touch. See, the starter's just kind of sitting there. So unlike the YouTube videos I watched, you have to have this entire starter assembly out, because this particular gear that was sitting on here, it has to be on this side of a lip there on the outside, and if it's sitting on the inside, this cover won't go on because it hits against the other side of that lip. So that has to go there, then this has to go here afterwards. And it's still not quite riding all the way in, this one, because it's got to be deep enough to fit inside here, and the starter has to go right inside there. Do this one. People then, but these three shorties go on the outside, then you got long ones that go in there. Nuts and bolts go where? Looks like this one goes in here because it connects all the way back through here to the crankcase. These super long ones, one goes on top here, has to go all the way through this casing and all the way back to the crankcase there, so it has to be that long. I guess the other one is the same for the back here. Underneath, all the way in there, yep. Doesn't actually catch until it's that far in. First, yep, you get them just to there, and then this is where the threads catch. It's just a 1/4 inch or 5 millimeters before the threads catch there. Gear shift lever. Just going to line these in here all nice and close. And that is right. Alright, let me find the torque value for these, and then we'll get her done. After some research, I found everything from 9 to 14 foot-pounds, and then some that said there's no torque spec for them. So I'm going to go with no torque spec, because these feel like they could strip out real easily. So I'm just going to go around, give them a little tug, and then we'll go around and check them later, especially if there's a leak. Alright, now that we've got that all buttoned up and looking nice, I need to put the shaft in here, and then I need to hook that up into there, and then I just need to put the CDI box, which is going to necessitate taking the front cover off again, but it's all loose, shouldn't take long. I'm going to give it the shaft, and looks like there was some grease packed in here, which is just really a spline shaft that moves back and forth just so you can lock it in there. And I'm going to use some brake lubricant, Permatex 100% silicone. I think it's probably a good grease in general. Stick in there. It's got a couple of O-rings there. It's got an O-ring, a spot for a circlip, just to keep the grease in there. Yeah, I would think that this grease is probably going to be good because it's extremely lightweight, and it's totally meshed in the end, so not even going to really need any grease for any travel or anything, right? I don't know, let's see what happens. A little there, a little here. Alright, so we'll just pull these back so that they can slide in on either side, and slide these over top. far enough that you can get that circlip on there. Spread these out enough to get them over. Uh-oh. Part of my pliers have fallen off. Dead on there. And over. Oh, that was easy. That was easy. A lot easier than getting it off, remember that? And there we go on that one. So, wow, that was almost too easy. Next up is just this little cover. I gave it a quick buff on the wheel. I'm sure that won't last more than 5 minutes out in the real world, but might have been painted black at one time, not sure. Or I could shoot it with clear, that would last longer. Being an old body man, I'm always trying to make everything look as good as possible. I'm sure mechanics don't think like that. Although I do always notice Rain Man Ray always trying to make it shiny. Sprays a lot of brake clean on stuff to clean it up. Alright, that side is buttoned up. The pedal on and the gear shifter, but right now let's hook that up. And this one. 2. Zip straps here and zap that up. Not backwards, just junk. Temu brand. Come on. Oh. And back off at the top, hopefully for the last time. Alright, this time I'm just going to leave it up like that. I think I can get to it. It is right there. Here's the new one. And hopefully out comes the old one. Wow. Quite a bit bigger than this one. Interesting. There we go. Quite a size difference. Remember, I did try putting that in the oven already. Didn't work. And this one looks like it has the same clips and parts. Well, even snapped in. And in you go. Well, it's actually almost the same width-wise. Gonna need a zap strap to keep that in its holder. Whew. Flopping all the way down to the bottom. Oh, come on. Nope, it's all the way around. Alright, take 2. As they say, many hours later. Should stay there. This one I'm using right now is a lot smaller. Probably a Temu purchased item. Garbage. Temu garbage item. Never again. Ordered a bunch of stuff off Temu. Everything that came in was absolute garbage. Never again. Guess I should try to start her up before I bother buttoning everything back up, right? Hello, sir. What's shaking? Did you come in to see what's happening with the motor, with the ATV? Yeah, I'm still working on it. It's a long video. Can jump up there? Jump. Oh, yes. What's for... How about a little snacky snack time? How's that? Good stuff? Yeah, Daddy, it's good. Get out of my face. Get out of my face. Alright. Time to change the oil, or change the oil filter, and put some oil in. This is probably just a decorative cover, right? Of course it is. I don't know why they do that. Get all that dirt off there before I pull the cap off. Sticky. What do we need? Shiny. tight. Oh, holy tiger tight. Oh, it's a tiny little bolt. Oh, okay. Need a bigger ratchet. My weekly alarms. Don't want to take it off, to get these off. There we go. Jeez. Jesus. Who thinks we can just plop this down? Oh, comes all the oil I didn't expect. There's a bunch of oil coming out. That has been in there a while. Oh, it's just rock hard. I guess it's partly my fault. I've had this for 2 years and didn't change that either. But it was not changed for a long time before I got it. Okay, this one then goes in like that. Yep, spring loaded. Rubber on this side, put a little grease on there, a little oil. Alright, we now have a fresh filter as well. Yeah, we won't tighten it quite as tight. Alright, it's a 17, and it's a way under there. Let's make sure I got this on off. Yes, I do. That was actually the best use of this item yet. Alright, let that drain. Alright, oil is drained. Up under the pan, the belly pan here, the skid plate. Gotta get her started first, and then get the wrench on it. So low to the ground here. There we go. Alright. That'll do it. I got Kimpex Synthetic 1040. This is 4-stroke motor oil for ATVs and motorbikes. It's supposed to be a little different than auto oil, right? It doesn't have the what, friction eliminators or something? It does or it doesn't? Can't remember. Anyways, apparently this takes somewhere between 1.9 and 2.4 quarts. Probably closer to 2.4 with the filter, but we'll put 2 in and see where we're at. This spout, or the spout screws on here, which is nice enough, but does it turn the right way? I guess it just kind of sits there the right way, but is that gonna, that's gonna go everywhere, right? Let's get a funnel. Oh my God, it's gonna take forever. Little dog hair. Little this, little that. There we go. That's what we needed. Glook, glook, glook. And we're close yet? I would say more though. Let's try that much. Oh, it's already on there. Just touching the tip there. Just the tip. be the right amount. It's right there. All right, ready to seat that dipstick to get the accurate reading. Plus a tiny bit for the filter, I would guess. And where are we? It's hard to tell. Oh, check that out. I can kind of barely see a shadow in there. So I think it's close to the halfway mark. It's about right there. Might be somewhat close to where we need to be now. Get her to read here. Oh yeah, we're on the stick. We are on the stick, people. I did manage to spill a bunch. Anyways, so if you don't screw it in, you just got to guesstimate that. You're that far off the amount of the threads. So right now I'm there, so that would be full. Let's test that theory. Screw it in. Yes, sir. Right at the full mark now. Perfect. All right. Got that sorted out. The funnel's back in the funnel bin. All right, just got to put this back on here and hook it to here. I thought that one was bent out of the way, but actually this side hooks in to the hole like that, and then it swings over, and this one has a nut and a bolt that goes through there, and then it all goes on top of there. So I need a small nut and bolt that would fit in there. See if I have anything in the junk here. Not junk, used. That's perfect right there. The other is one, and look at that. That might just be the nut I need for that. Well, that'll work. Looks like she's gonna go. There we go. Long enough. Oh yeah, that's nice. From underneath. Shifter, first thing we took off, last thing to go back on. The thing about this shifter is it can't go in too far because it's rubbing on here. I wish they would have made this longer. Alright, we've got pretty much everything done on this baby. We have, let's see, what have we done all together? We've got the oil, filter, CDI, stator, new plug, headlights. We've got all kinds of things attached here. I also have winter straps. I should have mentioned the winter straps I have. We got the headlights are all working. Let's check those out. Yes, those are nice, eh? LED lights. Got starts and runs nice now, all as it should. Winch is working well. Oh yeah, right, I also put these on there. A couple of heat shields on the exhaust, never had those. And yeah, we put it all back together. Let me find those, these guys here. I'll throw a couple of these in the back, see how they work. Alright, and that's what those look like. So, yeah, I don't know if I get one more, I could just make these a little more even, I guess. So, a bit of an extra tread there. I don't know how much more that would be than just the tires. The tires are fairly low on this item, on this machine, so those actually might be of some help. It's too bad I can't fit them on the front. I have to try to figure out something I could do there to get them to fit on the front. Should be good to go now. Alright, hey, so thanks for watching the total transformation of the Honda ATV 300 4-wheel drive. Completely refurbished and ready for another, hopefully, 5 to 10 seasons. Time to go in, right? I'm going to make dinner. Where do we think the cat was? Oh, there he is, Winslow. Hi. What's happening up there, Winslow? Way at the top. And check and see too if we have parts for what I was going to do on the kids' car. Ball joint. There it is. Caliber ball joint. That's next up. Next job coming up is that, and maybe some oil and filters, of course. And that's it. So thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me here, Danneberg Acres.